This video presents some of the most interesting features that were added in Oxygen AI Positron Assistant 5.0. The AI Positron Assistant has the ability to use a Save Document function to update files during the AI processing, and you have the ability to see the changes in a visual comparison tool and to accept or reject the changes. In the chat box, we'll give the AI instructions to generate a short description for our document and to save the changes. Notice that the AI reported that it was able to get the location of the document and save the changes, and it inserted the generated short description in the document. We can click the See Changes action to see a visual side-by-side comparison for that particular change. Now we'll provide another instruction to condense the newly inserted short description, as we are curious to see if that is a better option. We'll click See Changes for that particular change, and we can see the precise changes that the AI is proposing. We'll click the Review Documents and Approve AI Modifications button. A pop-up shows which files have been modified. We'll click See Changes to see a visual comparison for the final modifications. If we didn't approve, we could reject the changes, but we'll go ahead and accept them. Some DITA document conversion actions were added to help you quickly convert between DITA document types, or even from other formats such as plain text or markdown. Notice that we have a topic here, and it contains a simple procedure which might be better suited for a DITA task type of document. So we'll invoke the Convert to Task AI action. We can preview it to make sure it is what we want. Then we'll click Apply. It looks good, and you can see in the breadcrumb that it is now a task. Now we'll switch to a DITA topic that has multiple sections, subjects, and styles, and we'll click the Analyze and Update Topic action. This will analyze the topic and propose updates to align with DITA standards, which might result in it splitting the topic into multiple different DITA document types to ensure modularity. The AI created a very detailed plan to split the document into 3 topics that will include a concept, a task, and a reference topic, and it asks if we want to proceed. We'll type yes to confirm. We'll click the Review Documents and Approve AI Modifications button to look at the comparison of the changes. We can see that it split the sections into separate specialized DITA topics nested within a composite topic. And we'll go ahead and accept the changes. You can now specify files or folders that you want to exclude from the AI processing. For example, we have an internal troubleshooting folder that contains topics that are for the internal support team to help them troubleshoot customer issues, and suppose we do not want this information to be processed or used by the AI engine. Ignoring some information is also useful for AI actions that look inside the project for context or inspiration. In our case, we wouldn't want the AI to look at the topics in this particular folder since they are structured, styled, and geared toward internal staff. So we'll right-click the folder and choose the Exclude from AI Processing action. Notice that the AI Ignore file is automatically opened, and the folder that we excluded was added to it. You could also edit it manually. And just to show that the AI will now ignore topics from this folder, we'll open one of them, and we'll try to invoke an AI action. As you can see, it couldn't process that content, and it displays an explanation that the document is excluded from AI processing. The AI assistant can generate a DITA documentation draft based on instructions provided in a configuration file, and you can now reference files to provide more information and context for the AI. It supports Word, PowerPoint, or PDF type of documents, as well as files in plain text format, which includes Markdown or XML. To demonstrate this, we have a docx file with information about an autocorrect feature. For the configuration file, Oxygen has a convenient new file template called AI Doc Draft Configuration that makes it very easy to create the configuration. We've chosen a safe path and we'll click Create. It's a very simple XML file with form controls and inline actions to assist you with the configuration. We'll open a completed version to explain the fields. In the draft summary field, we've added general information about the feature we want to document. Then we referenced an image of the feature's dialog box. Then we provided some instructions to help the AI with document generation. Then we referenced our docx file that has all the details for the new feature, and we also referenced a similar topic to give the AI inspiration for such things as structure and style. To show a different way of invoking an AI action, we'll right-click in the document, go to AI Positron Assistant, and we'll run the Generate Documentation draft action. Once it's finished processing, we'll click the Create Document from Response button, and it used information from the reference docx file to generate our document, complete with a good structure, markup, and it inserted the referenced image. There are new ways to quickly find an AI action. This sample document has the name of our product typed out in several places, but we have a product key defined in our DITA map, and we know that there's an AI action that will replace those instances with the defined product key. So we'll search for that action. As you can see by the message in the chat box, you can use the Control Space keyboard shortcut to search for an action, but you can also click the search button below the chat box. It opens a pop-up window with a list of actions. We'll start typing the name of the action, and we can double-click it or press Enter to invoke it. Once it finishes, we'll click the Replace button below the response, and you can see that it replaced all 3 instances with the proper product key. The AI action that generates alternate text for an image can now be accessed directly from the floating toolbar. We'll click on the image in our sample document. Notice that the floating toolbar appears, and it's the button on the far right, and you can see that the AI generated an alternate text for the image. Version 5.0 also added the possibility of installing the AI Positron Assistant in the Eclipse plugin version of Oxygen XML Editor, Author, and Developer. We have a version of Eclipse with Oxygen XML Editor installed, and we've installed the AI Positron Assistant plugin. So you can see that the AI Positron Assistant side view is available, and it has most of the features as in the standalone version of Oxygen. The AI actions are available from the Actions dropdown. You can choose the AI model from the next dropdown. Of course, the actions are also available in the AI Assistant's main window. We'll invoke the index terms action. We have all the usual response actions, such as to preview the proposal. You can see that Eclipse has its own visual comparison tool. We'll accept the changes, and the index terms were added in the beginning of the document. These were just a few of the new features and enhancements that were added in version 5.0 of the Oxygen AI Positron Assistant. For a complete list, see our What's New page on our website.